Hi, I'm Bybreen and welcome back to another episode of Soul Stirring Astrology, where I give you my textured take on the world of astrology. Well, in about a week's time, on September the 16th, there's going to be a lunar eclipse that takes place in Pisces, which means that the sun is in Virgo, the moon is in Pisces, and it's also making a conjunction with Chiron. So when we're dealing with eclipses, it's a spotlight time. Here the spotlight is being shone on those emotional areas that you found so sensitive, so painful, that you've buried them, that you suppressed them, and you found very difficult to deal with. Now that the eclipse is here, it's a chance for you to unearth all of that so you can bring peace back into your life. Now it's a conjunction here, so the moon and Chiron have the potential to rub up against each other, or they could soothe each other. So if we take it from a soothing perspective, it could be a time when you're beginning to reconcile, possibly you mourning the loss of being a mother or being a parent, because obviously eclipses touch men and women. So it could be that you've lost the opportunity to do that from a biological sense, but then it could be the opportunity that's given to you via adoption or fostering or through mentoring that brings you into the realm of nurturing other people. Now, when we're looking at this lunar eclipse, it is in Pisces, and so therefore there's the chance for you to really peel back the layers. And if you're able to do it, if you're able to stand in the pain as you begin to soothe yourself, you can begin to identify the holistic healing journey that you might be able to take. So you're moving away from the conventional ways of treating and self-caring for yourself into a more holistic way of doing this. Now, Chiron and Pisces is being triggered again because we've got Mars forming a square to Chiron. Here now, it could be memories that are brought up about your early childhood environment that you found to be more of a battleground, and so therefore you found it quite difficult to be self-assertive and courageous and really to voice what it is that you're feeling. And so you may have travelled through life hiding and pretending and being uncertain about asserting who you are and what it is that you really want to share in the world. What can then happen is that you move into this realm of being fearful of really saying and being who you are in the world, because you fear anger coming from other people, and so therefore you pull back and then act in a passive aggressive way, which isn't the way to be. Now, we've got Pluto forming a very positive aspect, both with the South and the North node. So the South node is in Pisces again, and Pluto forms a sextile, and it also forms a trine to the North node. Now, Pluto is about your power, and here the signature is about you being very powerful, very courageous, very influential in your life in the past, and this is a time for you to tap into those attributes and those energies and to bring them forward into the new life that you're creating through the North node. So it's about how you're able to influence the masses, lead from a positive point of view. Coming back to the moon, once you're able to tap into this energy, because we're dealing with Neptune here, and Neptune is in Pisces, it could be a time that you create something very evocative that's going to stir the soul, stir the emotions, bring about a level of nurturing into your life, but also into others. And I'll give you an example. Last night I was at a great event. It was to do with Snapchat and storytelling. And one of the presenters was Yusuf Omar, and he's a mobile editor for the Hindustan Times. And he told this very powerful story where he used Snapchat to help rape victims, young girls and young women in India who've been sexually abused or who have been raped, to tell their story using new technology. And what they did was use the filters to hide the identity of these young women so they could still own the story and still tell the story, which was very powerful and very evocative. So going through this lunar eclipse, it could bring you into your sense of creativity, but coming from a provocative point of view that brings about healing. Now, if we go back to the sun is forming a quincunx with Uranus. So we've got disruptive Uranus over there in Aries. We've got the sun being very dutiful, being very responsible and critical and being discerning. However, where you've got Uranus and it's a quincunx, it's like you've got piranhas nipping at your Achilles heel, because Your true identity needs to come forward, and what Uranus is doing is throwing down the gauntlet and beckoning you to step into your quirkiness, your uniqueness, to be who you really are. Uranus again is forming an opposition to Venus. Venus is in Libra, the sign that she rules, and so there could be great disruptions in your personal, intimate relationships, but also in your friendships, because there may be a sense of willfulness coming out in you that you might end a friendship, or friends might end their friendship with you. So Uranus here is about really disrupting the flow and the balance, given that both Jupiter and Venus are in Libra, which is about balance, harmony and tranquility within your relationships. So lots of turbulence, lots going on. But if we look at Pluto acts as the bridge between the sun and the moon. So where you've got this analytical side of you, it's being balanced because Pluto is bringing you into contact with the emotional side of you. So it's a very emotionally textured week, and possibly next 6 months with this lunar eclipse, which brings me to the quote of the day. And the quote of the day is by Lao Tzu, and what he said is this: "He who gains power over other people is strong, but he who gains victory over himself is powerful." And the question of the day is, where in your life do you show your influence? Put your answers in the comment box below. If you've got any other questions and comments, put them in the box below. You know I love to connect with you, so don't be bashful. Feel free to share this episode with other people in your network. Like and subscribe to my channel. And if you would like a personal reading, feel free to drop me an email at bybreensamuels@googlemail.com, and I will put my email address in the comment box below. Stay well until